Hi guys, welcome to bekibtarot. My name is Becky. I'm a spiritual advisor, clairvoyant and energy reader. So happy Friday. I hope all is well. I thought, do you know what, I was just like getting sorted because I'm meeting someone tonight, and I thought let me just get on. It's been a little while and get at least a video out for you guys. So I do tend to channel for people that are in separation. I do feel divinely guided to say like this is more of a twin flame reading. So if that resonates for you, brilliant. If it doesn't, have a listen, see if it still resonates for you. Yeah? Okay. So we're gonna begin with this. Sorry, my window's open because it's too hot, and as you guys know, airplanes come over because I'm like right next to the airport. Okay, so yes, first energy, that I've got a mirroring energy. Oh, did you hear that, guys? That was a ring that fell off. So I'm gonna say there might be a commitment that's falling off for some people, but let's just see. So what I was saying was there's a mirroring energy between a masculine and feminine here, but it's mirroring and showing up in different ways. So we have, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the masculine may have brought a third party into this connection and may have been a bit of a standstill indecision about what to do, right? So trigger warning for some feminines here. If you're dealing with a masculine, you know, that's been in a commitment or in a relationship, okay? So they have been an indecision of what to do, but it's not because they don't have feelings for you or love you. That's not the case. It's because they're stuck in their karma, right? So I feel the energy that's mirroring to the feminine is the feminine may have been now, Spirit wants me to say finally, at an indecision about if this feminine even wants this masculine. So that's the mirroring. So the masculine wants feminine, but obviously all karmas and shadows and wounds kind of shields that, yeah, depending on how much work they've decided to do. The more healing they do and the more reflection and work they do on themselves, the clearer the connection becomes. The clearer it is that that's their divine feminine. The more healing that the feminine does, the clearer it is. Sorry, there's a hair. The clearer it is for the masculine to say, got it. The masculine to see that is his feminine, yeah? So I feel like the masculine has been, I feel this masculine got himself wrapped up in some extra karma here, and they're telling me extra unnecessary karma. They already had a shitload of karma wrapped around this, and this masculine went and did something stupid, it feels. This masculine made a decision in the heat of the moment, like a quick decision that has majorly caused some issues. They're telling me to sage, so that energy is obviously quite cloudy and dirty, I'm gonna say. Oh, interesting. So I just put the candle out with the sage accidentally. So yeah, this masculine obviously, oh no, I'm out of gas. No, and my son has nicked all my lighters. Okay, I can't really light this candle, which is really interesting, and I never get told to sage in the middle of a reading. That just doesn't happen. Okay, I'm to try one more time. It's not happening. So it's really interesting, okay? It's all metaphors with me. Oh my god, that's like the 3rd plane in like 5 minutes. Literally. So I tried to light the sage and it put out the candle, okay? So sage is healing, cleansing. Yeah, that's what we use it for, to cleanse the energy. So it feels like what I was saying, the more healing and cleansing that goes on within this divine connection, the more it's very adamant and clear that this masculine needs to remove himself from this other connection. Okay? It's really strongly, like I said, this is going to be for only people that are dealing with a masculine that he is tied to someone or something, has wrapped himself up in a load of bullshit. So I haven't even got onto cards, but it's all coming through. I can feel that this masculine did something in the heat of a moment, made a decision, kind of deluded himself for a little while. So Spirit's saying no, he straight away regretted it, but was in denial about his regret for quite some time. And I think since that masculine made this decision, it feels like this masculine made a decision to go back to someone or jump into a relationship really quickly, right? And straight away, this masculine knew this was a mistake, right? Things haven't been leveled out with my feminine, and I've just done this, and this is going to cause issues, right? But decided to stay in denial, but knew from day one that this isn't right. This isn't right, I shouldn't be doing this. So ignoring his intuition massively, because all his spirit guides were like, what the fuck are you doing? No, like, no. Like, it's okay if working through things and doing things, but not here. You've created some new madness. So, new madness, new karmic stuff, like, being dealt with. And, yeah, created a bit more of a mess. Extra mess on the mess, I feel. That's another aeroplane. I swear to God, there's not normally this many airplanes when I do read it. It's like 1 or 2. Must be primal flight time, I suppose it is. So yeah, so knew straight away, has been stuck and in decision. I don't know how this is played out in the 3D, because it feels like then after some time, somehow the feminine's been drifted back in towards the masculine. So however that shows itself to you in your 3D, I don't know, but it's like run away. Sorry, someone's calling me. It's like run away, jumped in, notion of, kind of stuck, then some time being in denial but knew this was wrong, and then slowly drifting in was feminine, back again, right? And then 818 was on the timer they showed me, and then it's at this kind of, you know, when they say the same between a rock and a hard place, because the feminine's drifted back in, but the feminine's different when she's drifted back in, which is really key. So the feminine normally comes in all guns blazing, it feels. The feminine hasn't. It's like the feminine ran out of steam. The feminine ran out of fire, but that's not. The feminine's been healing, and he's not acting in shadow, so he's not gonna, you know, it has to be equal give and take. You don't chase. It's not down to the feminine to chase a masculine. That's not how it works. Yeah, it's, you know, it's the masculine's duty to court their feminine. So she normally comes in all guns blazing, but she's drifted in very calmly, it feels, and the masculine was gobsmacked. I don't know what's happened. It feels like the masculine is not only seeing his feminine through a new lens, but the old lens will being cleaned, and that denial is being lifted, and now all the things that this masculine refused to feel for all that amount of time since they jumped into this is all bubbling up to the surface, and it's getting unbearable is the word. So the feminine, it feels it's drifted in. Masculine is at an indecision of what to do. So it's not that the masculine doesn't want to be with the feminine. It's not that the masculine doesn't love the feminine. it's just, the masculine's feeling kind of awkward, because he jumped into something and knows that by just leaving, he's hurting someone. Now, this is why I said trigger warning as well, because this masculine has definitely hurt this feminine a lot. So that's quite triggering for a feminine watching, because it's like, but you were okay to hurt me over and over and destroy me, to go to this third party and hurt me, but now you're only in decision about leaving a third party for me? Like, it's insulting, but, you know, that's why his guides were trying, like, don't do this, this is extra mess, like, we don't need this, we're trying to clear other karma, you're adding more karma. But hey ho, we all have free will. So trigger, that's the trigger for the feminine. But it's, you know, this feminine's healing. That's why the masculine's even here at this place, because before he never would have seen that. He would have just done things, been quick action. But maybe 111 was on the timer then. Maybe he's finally starting to see that I have to be careful when I take steps. Shit backfires. It's not that he doesn't want to be with this other person, but he doesn't want to cause more chaos. I also feel like this third party may have something on him. So if he drops a bomb and runs to the feminine, there's something the third party, 11:33 on the timer, there's something the third party could do to cause carnage if he runs straight to the feminine, and that this masculine knows that will be it forever, because he can see the shift in his feminine, how much she's grown in healing and how much she's not doing. She's not taking shit anymore. She's not. So even though she's drifted in, she hasn't come in like asking for anything. She hasn't come in asking for anything. She's just there. So that can show in lots of ways. They could just be like this feminine and masculine could just be talking again and friends. This feminine and masculine might work together, so there's a link like that, or they might have a child or children together, so there's a link. So they haven't shifted over into like romance, but the feminine isn't asking for anything, but this masculine is like slowly losing his shit basically, and it's coming to a point where he does need to take action. Like I said, for the feminines watching, it is not that he wants to be there, it's just, it's complicated, and I feel it's just going to take some time. This masculine needs to leave properly, have all ties removed properly, and wants to come to his feminine properly for once. But there are lots of fears here, because the feminine is free for the first time is what I see. I see freedom. I think this feminine has been through so much with this masculine. She's finally reached a level of healing and love that she's like, I'm exploring my options now. That's how it feels for the first time. So the masculine is panicking because it takes time. He's got to get out, but it's taking time. He's also not being terribly rushed about it. The energy feels pretty slow, and he's not helping himself, is how it feels. They're just showing there's been 1 or 2 opportunities for it to move a bit quicker, but he's not taking it. He is beginning to take the steps, but it is slow. But he's doing everything in fear. He's also fighting his ego, because if he slowly leaves and cuts off this third party that he generally doesn't have feelings for, which is terrible because you shouldn't be with someone you don't have feelings for, but this masculine is definitely codependent. I can feel he's codependent on this third party, so that could play out. Maybe he's out of work and this third party's paying. Maybe he lives there. Maybe like it's something like that. Maybe his car broke and he's using this third party's car to get to and from work. Sorry. Maybe this third party signed like is in a contract with him, and maybe that doesn't finish for another 4 months. Like, there's just things, okay? And it's a bummer. It's a bummer. But the more healing that's being done as that sage put out that flame is, oh my god, how the more level of healing that's done, the quicker this masculine is wanting to run out. But for the first time wanting to run out properly and enter properly. He's never been like that before. I was going to say I don't know what's happened, but I do believe what's happened is the feminine has broken free. She's cleared the karma from this divine connection. She's cleared a massive amount of karma, probably the past life karma that they carry. So she's done enough healing, has broken out, and she's really leveling up. So all that energy that was just like settling. They don't want me to dive too much into the third party, but they're saying third party's energy is pretty grubby. They were like it's like down here. The third party's energy is like really down here. Whereas the divine feminine is like up here. I'm seeing them glowing. I'm seeing my guides are like throwing confetti in the air, like oh. And then when we go to the third party, it's like dark, dingy, it's like muddy puddles and stuff. And then you flip back to the energy of this divine feminine. It's like oh, confetti and glitter and just pink and loveliness. So yeah, what's happening is the third party is being like, that situation is being thrown off, like, but it's taking a little bit of time to get out. So let's move to cards now. I'm hearing, what's love got to do with it, got to do with it. I don't know the rest of the words. I know it's a very old song. I don't even know what that song's about, but that one line is making me feel like that's kind of the whole issue in the third party relationship. Like, I think this masculine, the whole of his life, hasn't been looking for love because of his wounds and trauma. He's been looking for convenience and certain things from partners. He's been manipulating and used people, which is what he has done with the feminine before he's realised that actually this is his one, once he's done all the shit. But I'm feeling like the third party has just got their own karma, which is why they're attached to this masculine. They have self-worth. I'm getting massive neediness. I'm hearing neediness. And the masculine just jumped into it because of whatever it is that they've got caught. Like, it's really not great. It's they used them for something. Like I said, whether that's money, a car, or something to live. Because it's like, what's love got to do with it? They didn't look at any relationship as in love. It's like, I need somewhere to live, so I'm going to move in with you. And I'm going to play that role and pretend. And I'll do that until the next thing comes up. But no one's ever broken this masculine down. Obviously, it was no 18 on the timer. Obviously, because no one else was this masculine's divine feminine. And it's like, I think this masculine's finally being hit with all of the heartbreak and the realisation of everything's sabotaged. And he's actually in love with this person. And this person is his one. And all this time, he's been looking around elsewhere, doing things. And what could be convenient for him, he wasn't looking for love. But actually he's ended up with it. But he had it and he's destroyed it. This connection in lots of ways. But weirdly enough, not weirdly, the daughter spirit popped out. You know, massive spiritual connection if it's twin flame. Any connection that's, you know, any connection that makes you see things differently and heal and grow is a big spiritual connection. So yeah, for the first time, this masculine's like starting to see the error in his ways, I feel. Okay, all tied up. It's the masculine. Crossing that, we had your first chakra. Oh look, so how funny what you're saying. So we have all tied up because there's a problem. This masculine is trying to get out and get to his feminine but can't. And then look at this, we've got there's like a sword and it's so guarded. And I feel like this is like real love that he's holding in his hand, but he's not that's kept secure, and the sword is over it because he's keeping on love. That's not happening. He's not giving real love or looking for it. He keeps himself guarded from it. I also, what's coming through is the fact that he's realising he's in love with his feminine, so he's guarding that from the third party. I'm also really strongly seeing this third party is way more manipulative than this masculine realises, and this third party plays very much damsel in distress, but it's all fake. It's all fake. And I think the masculine might be starting to cook onto it. It feels like it may have worked for a long time, for however long this masculine has known this feminine. This damsel in distress, come and save me act that the third party does. And the masculine fell for it, but now he sees his feminine in real light and said this feminine is not that. This feminine is in her feminine energy, like, obviously wants her masculine to provide and protect, but she certainly isn't playing damsel in distress. She certainly isn't. She's in her power. She knows what she's got. She knows what she wants. She knows what she wants from a masculine, and she's gonna get it. Like, whether that's him or she's gonna find it somewhere else. Like, so this masculine, look, damsel in distress. Look at this masculine looking at this third party like, I see your game now. I'm keeping, you lured me away before, but you ain't, I'm keeping this under wraps now. He's also starting to realise that this third party is really envious of his divine feminine, and he didn't clock that before. He didn't clock it. Some of your masculine might have that fairer hair. That's just randomly coming through. I don't know why, because it could be anything, but it's like more light, it could be blonde or more just like lighter rather than like dark jet black. So over here we have the feminine's energy. Interesting, we've got storm warning and then their third eye. I think how far this storm warning. Well, before I even get a clarifier, I'm so sorry guys, I never normally do videos at this time, but my daughter's napping. She never naps at this time, so I just rolled with it. Yeah, before I get clarifier, I feel like that storm warning might be, because we've got storm warning, and look at this angel, the third eye. I think this feminine knows there's about to be a big storm linked to that third party shenanigan. She knows. She knows. She knows. Da, 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 da. It's the world, so she knows that that's coming to an end. She can feel it, but she's staying out of it completely. She's watching from afar. We've got financial constraints. I think she knows that this masculine is going through financial constraints, and has been, but that'll be linked to his karma and whatever's linked to with his third party. I also feel like this feminine may have had some herself, but because her energy shifted, she's now going to be coming out of that. Like, she's going to start having more finances and she's appreciating herself more. And I think this masculine's going to, I think now, realising that she just brought love and he never saw the value in that. She's got love, stability, and she's about to have the door open to her finances because of her healing, whereas the masculine is stuck with probably financial restraints and issues. One more for the feminine to see. Okay, clarify on the seat. The balance. Okay, so it's, oh, okay, what they're showing me is, so, you know, when not everything's the same when the karmic scales balance out. So it's not always like if someone cheated on you, then they'll be cheated back. they are very much more than likely to have that so that they can go through that and feel it from the other side, yes. But the karma that's wrapped around that one deceptive thing, that action may not be being cheated on back. Yes, they will go through it later on and have it from the other side, but that might not be the karma that's linked to it, and people don't always realise it. The karma's not come back, doesn't always come back the same. It could be from being deceptive and lying and manipulative to their counterpart, which is what this masculine has done quite bad. This, I'm not gonna lie, this has a strong energy of like quite a lot of things over an extended amount of time. Like I'm seeing, it's really hard to see actually, it's not very nice, but I'm seeing the masculine's got a bat and they beat their feminine down, but it was slowly over time, and then the feminine fight like was on the floor and he still was whacking and then walking around and then kicking and it was relentless and it was awful. And the feminine got up and moved, and it looks very like looks stunning now. Like her energy is just so powerful, so pure. So what they're showing me is the balancing the scales of like the karmic justice on all of the deceit that's happened to this feminine, and all of the deceit that this masculine's been doing is financial abundance. That's what's the karma, how it's going to balance out. She's done enough healing, so masculine's starting to wake up, because it tends to be, you know, when you get karma a lot of the time, so in order for you to really feel the karma, it will be when you start realizing that the karma hits you. So you might finally, after years of being a cheater, yeah, because you just grew up with the traumas or whatever, right? Your issues, right? You grew up and you was a cheater, and you never really batted an eyelid at like thinking about other people and what it was doing to them. But then only when you start to emotionally mature a bit and you start to begin to be like, oh, okay, like to open up to proper feel, open the heart chakra, then the karma tends, because you can feel the karma. Sometimes the karma happens for you to wake up from it, but sometimes it's you're ready for it now, and then it comes, you're like, oh my god, all of that time, like it could have been so long, but that was necessary. And it's like, maybe that person, this is just an example, this is not the divine connection, but all that cheating through their life, and then maybe just as they're starting to open their heart chakra and they finally like, oh, and then they give over to someone, to then they get hurt badly, to then they lose their job, to then they lose their home, and it's like, well, then it is all the karma in one here. But the balancing of the scales here is linked to the feminine getting financial abundance. She done enough, she's in her healing, and she sees her value, and that opens the door to financial abundance, and that is the balancing out from the deceit. Let's get one or two more over here. Mate, I'm gonna say, look, how funny, indecision on the masculine's energy. That's been the whole beginning. This masculine cannot trust this third party, and he's realising it. Like, for anything. I think this masculine is realising how fake this third party is, how much of a mask and facade she puts on. It's, yeah, and he's realising, I can't trust this third party at all. Like, for some of you, you know, I've said this third party might have something over this masculine. He may have told her something. He may have told her something. And it's something that he never wants the feminine to know. I'm going to say for some of you, this isn't going to be it for everyone, it's a collective reading. For some of you, this masculine may have slept with someone like kind of close to the feminine, and he knows if the feminine finds out, that will be it forever. Now when I say close, I don't mean like a sibling or something like that, that's like madness, but someone, it's like a link for a link, but if I can feel the emotion behind this masculine knows, look, can you see I'm welling up, it's coming out, I know, knows how this is going to break. the feminine. This would break the feminine, as in, not as in she'd be down on the floor, but he's terrified. He's terrified. He can't trust his third party. And if this third party, in anger of him leaving, tells the feminine, he will be beside himself, because he will lose everything. And because he's finally opening up his heart chakra and realising this feminine's the one, it's like, if she knows this. But then that's a bit of a fucking thingy one, isn't it? Because then it's like, are you then going to try to rebuild the connection on a dodgy foundation because you're keeping something? You're not being open and honest. So there's a whole other predicament there. But that obviously, that's not going to be for everyone. Like, it could be some other information or whatever, but it's not great. Like, it's someone, I don't know why, it's like, okay, so for some, this is like someone who, like I said, it's not like who's around them in their life a lot or anything, but it's someone who, it's someone who was, I'm going to say the words, but obviously not, it's like a bit like arch enemy of the feminine, but the masculine knew and knows that there was situations, may have even been there when they were together, and this feminine was like, no, fuck you, to this other girl, and then later down the line, when he was in his horribleness, has slept with her. And that is why, that's not going to be for everyone, but that will be why it's like, he knows. Game fucking over. He knows that this feminine will never, ever speak, like, that will be it for life. Like, no joke. Like, the emotion is so, like, I can feel it in my chest, I can feel it in my throat. He is scared. That's why he's moving so slowly, and that fear has kept him a bit blocked, and that's why he's missed a couple of these opportunities to get out quicker, because he's terrified of losing his feminine for good. But again, I might want to add, but how are you going to go to your feminine and start on a lie? I'm not sure that's going to be the best way to go, because everything comes out. Next card, after indecision, anxiety. The fear is unreal. The fear is unreal. What did you do, masculine? This is why it's such a huge indecision. And then throat chakra. I'm saying, I don't know if the masculine's even free thought about that. Maybe that does come into it as well. It's like, I am scared of how I leave the third party in case the third party tells, and then my feminine knows. And then it's like, also, if I leave and move towards her, well, she then finds out and I lose her anyway. It's messy, and I see his spirit guides like, yeah, we know, which is why we were egging him not to go, like, not to do this. That's also the karma as well, why this feminine receives some kind of, she may get like a lump sum. Listen, I'm not going to say like millions of dollars, money, if you like, pounds, but she may get some kind of lump sum that's quite big. Like, I don't mean like 5 grand. It's quite big. Enough for her to like rebuild and invest in herself, her life and get, just rebuild and be happy and peaceful, which is what she deserves. Because she really has pushed herself out of comfort zone, and the spirits are really proud of her for that. The spirit's really proud. She's been in her head a lot about this as she's transformed. She's grown a lot in this dynamic. But yeah, whatever that thing is that the third party knows, like I said, for some it might not be that he's slept with. For some, it might be something to do with a lie he told that's kind of caused other lies. And it's like, if she finds out that, it's just going to be, because it's just it's too big a lie. You can't deceive the universe, and you can't deceive your feminine. Like, that's just never going to work. But I don't think this masculine is anywhere near ready or mature enough to sit his feminine down and talk like a proper honest adult. I'm not gonna lie. He can't even get out of the third party. I don't think he's gonna be able to sit down his feminine and just be like, I need to tell you something and be honest about everything. I don't think he's got the balls for that. I think the feminine would have the balls for it. She's well in her power. Okay, let's see what else. Alright, then we'll use the Alice Wonderland. Alice the Wonderland cards. I haven't used them in a while. Let's use them. Oh, I've got, it's like in the pit of my stomach. Is it from this masculine? He must be living in hell day and night. Like, the anxiety is just, it's not even just anxiety, it's like in the pit of his stomach. Betrayal. I can feel it. I don't know what he's done, or like I said, it really feels like some information he's told the third party. Or is it information he told the third party about his feminine? Like, did his feminine open up about something during their time that's very private? And he's told a third party? Like, surely not. Like, well, I say surely not. Masculines are just, yeah, if you're a twin flame, it's just fucking horrendous. So I wouldn't be surprised. Mine has put me through hell and back. And his, yeah, just pretty similar to this, to be fair. But it is what it is. I'm done sitting in pain anymore. Right, they just want me to put choices, feeling blocked and restrained. He's really blocked and restrained because he's not connected to himself. He's not created that space for himself. He doesn't know how to go in. He's completely disconnected from his like higher self. And that's why he's so feeling blocked. And he's also in victim mindset because he doesn't want to feel the pain from his own. He doesn't want to take accountability for his actions. And it's like, well, don't do the crime if you can't do the time, my friend. No need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. So that is the shift in the energy. He is going to come out a bit and he's going to get cracking. Follow your own good advice. Trust yourself and know what is best for you. We're all mad here. Everyone is a little different. So this masculine is going to shift out and move forward. He is. He's going to go against the third party, if you like. Oh, I've got to speed it up. I think my little one's waking up. And he needs to stop. He's going to realise that he needs to stop listening to everybody else's advice and go inwards and trust his own advice. He's starting to realise that he's different from other people. Like, how he functions and how he works and how his brain thinks is different. And he's starting to realise that he's really been running off of like his own negative wounds and his negative thoughts, I'd say, a bit like massively in his shadows, and he needs to really work through that and stop running off of that, like that negative craziness that's like that dark voice in his head that tells him shit that's not going on and that's not happening, but he's been listening to. He needs to fight against that because it's not. That's just his like trauma. And I get two more spirit because the baby's waking up. Alright, yeah. So then we have becoming braver, resilience, experience, growing stronger, fresh perspective. Investigate, look closely, ask questions, think before acting the right way, learning to create what you desire. I think this is the feminine. She's really become so brave in all of this. Like, learn how to be vulnerable in the correct way, but also not just jumping in, seeing her worth and not staying around where she's not chosen, you know. Learning to not, that whole investigate card is, you know, she's somehow in communication or something with her masculine at the moment, but she as much as, you know, she's not asking for anything. She's just watching, if you like, to see what he does. And she's not silly. She if she asks a question, she'll listen to the answer and let that sit. If that flags up in her mind that with something else that was said that was lied about, she ticks that off in her head. She's not telling it all, but she's investigating, if you like. And then we have the right way. She's making sure she moves. She's on the right path now, and she knows what she wants and knows how to create it. Learning to create what you desire. She's wants the prince and wants princess treatment, so she's not settling for the frog anymore. So she knows now how to just create that space, how to be in her space, to allow her masculine, allow the correct masculine to come and be in her space and to lead a connection. She's not settling for a frog that promises things. She's never going to dive head first and just go off words again. So we have massive, massive, massive growth. The masculine is doing the work and is going to drop the third party, yes. I'm going to close with what I see because I can hear my little one crying. Just close quickly with what I see. Yeah, so I've seen the masculine backed up into a wall. The third party playing her games. It's not really working anymore. And the masculine's getting more and more and more angry with the third party because 4114 on the timer, because he's seeing all of the games that she plays. Now he can see it and it's irritating him. It's just all the time. Yeah, I think this third party is going to be gobsmacked, because it's like the masculine goes from being leant against the wall to flipping around and pushing like the third party against the wall, like now you're backed in against the wall, and he just grabs his bag. He's like, I'm out of here. Like basically takes back his power, because he's given over his power because of this thing that the third party has over him, but he's going to reach a point where it's just, I'm not fucking staying here. Like if I have to face it, I have to face it. I'm not staying here. Grabs his bag and leaves for good. The third party is gobsmacked, because I think she thought that she could forever have that over him, and she knows that he's left for good, and she hates it because she's very envious of his divine feminine. I believe this third party stalks this divine feminine, and she knows that he's never coming back. I think she just knows in her gut and in her soul that that's it. He's not coming back next time. Then he comes out and he's lost. The feminine's out here actually talking to people, socializing, things. She's really in her light, like just social, learning, creative new skills, just really in her vibe. And he is trudging around the roads, lost, terrified to face her for some time. He's watching her from a distance in her light. She's having a great time. And then I think he just watches and watches and watches and watches and watches, just sat in the same place with his back. And finally the feminine like just spins around one time in conversation with someone and is like, is that you? And he panics. But by then he's been sat there so long, it's like all his muscles are tightened up and he can't like get off and run. And she starts walking over to him and he's freaking out, but he kind of fumbles up and dusts all the dirt and grass off him, and he's just like, he tells her, I've left with that body. He kind of blurts out a lot of stuff, and the feminine's just like, okay. She can see he's in a whole world of pain. So she doesn't actually say anything or much. She just guides him back to, it's not like her home, but it's like it's somehow linked to her, like it's a space. She doesn't say anything. She gives him like a warm cup of tea or something, and then she sets up a whole bed. She puts the shower on, is like, have a shower thingy, and then lets him sleep and just waits for whenever he's ready to actually have a conversation, because she feels like there's a long conversation that needs to be had. But I think she handles it really well. But he definitely blurts out a lot of stuff, and he's feeling quite an emotional wreck. And he's also more gobsmacked again about how she handles this, and he realises how much she has changed and how much he is in love with her and wants to make her his for the rest of his life. But is again pretty fearful because they got to have a really open, honest conversation, and he's scared, but he knows that he wants to do it. He wants to just do it and see what can come of once everything's out, everything is open. It's not worth living with this secret and this fear and this anxiety anymore. So proud of both, really. Masculine's, it's been a wild, messy ride, but he is out. He's going to leave the third party. He is seeing that the third party is full of shit and is envious against his feminine. Feminine, you're smashing it, rewarded lump sum of money, or big, not millions and millions, but enough for you to invest. So enjoy that. And I've got to see to my little baby girl now. So if you're interested in a private reading, just email me at bekibtarot@gmail.com. And in the meantime, I send you so much love and light. Bye.